Yeah, go ahead and lay down. The knees can be knocked in together if you have your feet on the floor, or you can have them extended out nice and long, hands in whatever position you'd like. And we'll just start to connect with our breath. So take a nice full inhale in through your nose, and exhale out. Nice full breath in, exhale. As you're connecting with your breath, start to scan through the body, just noticing all the different areas from your toes to your nose. Taking in some feedback from the body, just noticing those areas that are sore or tight, or maybe you've been sitting for a lot today. So we lay here with our breath and our awareness of our body. Move that awareness into your mental space and just see how you're feeling today emotionally. Some days can be a lot harder than others. Some days can be great, awesome, you're jazzed, you're energized, you've got all this stuff going on for you. Or maybe you're just kind of in a slump. Wherever you are, never placing any judgments on where you are, just simply noticing, so that we can better move through our practice in a way that's going to serve not just our bodies, but also our mental state the best. Take just a few more breaths here. Giving ourselves this pause before we start to move in all different ways and directions. If they're not already, go ahead and extend your legs out nice and long. Go ahead and reach your arms up overhead and lengthen out through your fingers and your toes. Take a big breath in. Exhale, we'll bring the right knee into the chest. We'll interlace the hands behind the right leg and stretch the right heel up towards the ceiling. Point and flex the foot. Roll the ankle around, wiggle the toes. And the leg doesn't have to be straight, right? It can have a little bend in the knee. If anything, just let the knee be soft, especially this first bits of movement. We'll start to bend and straighten the right knee. Feeling any kind of pulling on the hamstrings or the low back. And then we'll bend the right knee, hold on to the knee with your left hand, and then extend your right arm out to the side. Take a breath here. And then exhale, take the knee over to the left for a twist. So the shoulders stay on the mat, right palm on the floor, left foot is flexed, right foot is flexed. If you get a little back crack, that's fine. On our next exhale, we'll return back to center. Keep the right knee into the chest. Bring your left foot to the floor. And then cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And then take your right hand on your right leg and just kind of push the right leg away from you a little bit. We'll release that right hand. Lift your left foot up into the air and bend your left knee, pushing your left knee into your right ankle, bringing your right leg closer to the body. Nice. Yeah. So wherever you feel that stretch in the outer hip, maybe in both hips, depending on how tight you are, flexing both feet. Push a little bit more with the left knee if that feels okay. And then we'll uncross the legs in the air, give them a little shake out. Left knee will stay into the chest, right leg will go down to the floor. We'll interlace the hands behind the left leg, bending and straightening this left knee. Right foot is flexed, left foot is flexed. And then extending the heel up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and point and flex the foot, roll the ankle around, wiggle the toes. A little movement in the feetsies. And then we'll bend the left knee into the chest. Right hand's going to go on the knee. Left arm goes out to the side. Take a breath in. And then exhale, take a twist. The left palm stays on the floor. The shoulders stay on the floor. Gaze can be up at the ceiling, or you can look over your left shoulder. Sometimes adding the head into a pose deepens it a little bit. We'll return back to center. Bring the right foot onto the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. And then we're going to take the left hand onto that left thigh and just kind of push it away from you a little bit. There we go. Nice. Release the left hand. Lift the right foot up into the air. Bend the right knee, pushing the left foot closer to the chest. Now, some people take the bind with the legs, but since this is like the first bits of movement we're doing today, I'm going to leave the bind for the end of class. If you want to do it because you're already open, go ahead. I'm feeling a little tight today. You can use your right leg to push the left foot a little closer to you, feeling more of a stretch in that left hip. And then we will uncross the legs, extend the feet up into the ceiling, and then bring both feet back down to the floor. Knees are bent. We'll grab El Blanco, and we will place him in between our thighs on the low setting. Nice. Now you'll bring feet are on the floor, toes are pointing towards the top of your mat. You're going to bring your thumbs to your rib cage and your middle fingers to your hip bones. Okay, and think about this area being a square. And we're going to inhale, we're going to kind of arch the back a little bit, opening the square up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring these 2 points towards each other. Feel a tuck in the tailbone and feel a contraction in the abs. Inhale, open it up, spreading them out. Exhale, pull these 2 points together, almost like you're zipping up a pair of high-waisted jeans. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, draw it in together, really feeling that core connection. Hold there, and then lift the hips off the floor. Feet are rooted into the ground, squeezing the block with the thighs. We're going to extend the hands up towards the ceiling. Pull back on your left fingers, and then your right fingers. Kind of make a fist, roll the wrist around a little bit, wiggle the fingers. Maybe just extend and flex the wrist, still squeezing the block. Feet are rooted into the earth. Back of the head's on the ground. Shoulders are on the ground. And then we're going to take the arms up overhead. Allow the backs of the hands to rest on the ground. Keep the ribs pulled into the body. Squeeze the block with the hips a little bit more. So you'll be feeling this in the glutes, the hamstrings, the whole legs. Take another breath in. And then exhale, slowly lower the hips down to the floor. Nice. We'll remove the block, set it to the side, bring both knees into the chest, and rock side to side. We'll come back to center, extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and interlace the hands, bring the hands behind the head, make a little hammock for it. And then we're going to take a breath in. And then exhale, I want you to think about lifting your shoulder blades off the mat. Gaze can be at your feet, they can be at your thighs. Just don't pull on the head, right? You're thinking about lifting the shoulders up. Let the head rest into the hands. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale and lower. Exhale up. Keep going, moving with your breath. Inhale to come down. Exhale, blow out the birthday candles, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Nice. 1 more. Hold here. Lift up a little bit more off the shoulder blades. Look up towards the ceiling. Lift up a little bit more. And then release the shoulders. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. Beautiful. And we'll bring the feet to the floor. Go ahead and interlace the hands back behind the head. We'll inhale below. Exhale to lift up. So you're looking at your knees. We're going to do a little twist to the left. And then I want you to extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. Nice. Bend the knee. Inhale and lower down. Exhale, lift up. Twist to the left. And then extend the leg. Leg comes down. Inhale, you lower. Exhale up. Twist. And then extend. Leg comes down, inhale, lower. Exhale up. Twist to the left, extend the left leg. Lift up off that left shoulder blade a little bit more. A little bit more. Foot comes down, inhale, you come down. Breathe. And we will move to the other side, and then we'll finally come up off the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift the shoulder blades up. Twist to the right, and extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. Nice. Right foot will come down. Inhale, you will come down. Exhale up. Twist, then extend the leg. Nice. Leg comes down. Inhale, lower. Exhale up. Extend the leg. Leg comes down. Inhale, you come down. Last two. Exhale up. Twist, extend. Woo. Foot comes down. You come down. Last one. Exhale up. Twist, extend the right leg. Hold. Come off the shoulder blades a little bit more. And then come down. Ooh. Yep. Yep. Gotta love that. Go ahead and rock up to a seat, and then we'll come over onto hands and knees. Place both blocks the top corners of your mat. Have your knee blanket underneath the knees if you need it. Beautiful. So we're going to come onto hands and knees. So careful to let the head drop towards the floor. You want to keep it lifted up. Hands are firmly planted on the floor. You can have the fingers out wide. If you like them a little closer together, that's your choice. However, I like mine wide just to offer a little bit more stability. So shoulders are rolled onto the back, ribs are pulled in, belly is active, and the toes are tucked under. Now we're just going to kind of rock forward and back onto the wrist and to the toes. Open up the bottoms of the feet a little bit. And another thing is the knees. You can have the knees together, or you can have them a little bit apart. It's your choice. We'll go ahead and come back so the shoulders are over the wrist, hips are over the knees, and we'll take the left toes to the back of the mat. Nice. Then I want you to push down into the heel. We'll bring the left knee back in. Take the right toes to the back of the mat, pushing down into the heel here. Feeling an opening in the calves. Bring the right knee back in. We'll inhale, release the heart towards the floor. Look forward or up towards the ceiling for cow. And then exhale, round the spine. Push the mat away, tuck the chin for cat. Inhale, release the heart. Look forward or up. Exhale. Release the head. Push into the mat. Dome the upper back. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Nice. Last one. Beautiful. Come back to center. Take your left toes. We're going to kickstand them off the mat. And then we're going to take the right foot to the back of the mat. Now the foot is in line with your left knee. So if your right foot is over by the right side of your mat, bring it back so you're all on one plane. Right hand's going to be on the right hip. Nice. Perfect. Now this left hand, sometimes it helps a little bit if we bring it a little bit closer to your left knee. So if it feels way out here, maybe bringing it in a little bit. Option to take the right arm up towards the ceiling. You can look down at your left hand or you can look up at your right hand. And then keeping the core contained, if you feel okay, you can lift this right leg up. Nice. Perfect. Flex the foot. If you feel a little wobbly, that's all right. We take wobbles. That we do. The right hand's on the hip. It can go up if it's not already. Going to take another breath in. And exhale, right foot will come down to the floor. Right hand will come back to tabletop. Knees and hands on the ground. Nice. Take your right toes, kickstand them off the mat. Left foot's going to go to the back. And remember, the left foot's on the same line as your right knee. Left arm can go up towards the ceiling if you'd like. Perfect. Staying right here, or maybe lifting the left leg up. Nice. And again, if you feel too wobbly, bring that right hand back a little bit. That'll help just kind of bring the center of gravity together. Woo. Take 2 more breaths here. Reaching up with the left hand. Last breath, the right or the left hand will come down, the left knee will come in. We'll bring the knees out wide, untuck the toes, bring the big toes together, sit the hips back.
Stack one hand on top of the other and let the forehead rest on top of those. It's called child's pose. So at any point you kind of need a break or whatever, you can come into this or whatever seated position feels better for you. One hand to the floor and the other will come up onto both hands. We need to bring the right hand behind the head. Twist open to the right, so elbows pointing out to the side or up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, take your right elbow down towards the floor. Nice. Inhale, twist and expand open. And then exhale, elbow back down. Okay, so we're working with some thoracic mobility. Inhale as you open. Exhale as you bring it down. So one more. And then I want you just to open back out. Extend the right arm up towards the ceiling, twisting through the chest. And then right hand will come back down to the floor. Left hand will come behind the head. We'll twist open, elbow up towards the ceiling or out to the side, depending on your mobility. Exhale, elbow down towards the ground. Bend the right arm. Inhale, twist open. Exhale as you bring that left elbow down. Nice and easy. Two more. One more. Nice, and then this last one will open all the way out. Extend the left arm up, maybe look up at that hand. Twist open a little bit more. Left hand comes back down to the ground. We'll tuck the toes, come up onto the knees, and then right foot's gonna come forward. Were either of you guys sore on Wednesday in your quad? Oh yeah, okay. That's awesome.
The next day I was like, oh, it's in there. Oh, some stuff burning.
Keep up on the fan. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
I got you.
You know, the AC's working, but in this Florida heat, with it not raining today, it's like, you know, we're working, but we're not really working. Just want you to know. So, back toes are tucked under. Right knee is over the right ankle and your toes are pointing forward. Bring your hands to your hips, right? Give me a little swirl around. And then bring one hand to the front, one hand to the back, right? And think about it zipping up and then a tuck down towards the floor. You should already feel a slight stretch in this left hip crease. We're gonna take the right hand to the right hip. Left arm's gonna come up alongside the ear. We'll reach up and then over to the right. We'll come back up to center. Left hand's gonna come to the floor. Right arm's gonna reach up towards the ceiling for a twisted low lunge. So palm faces towards the tree wall. Arm is still reaching up. You're still pushing into the left hand. You can always bring a block underneath the left hand as well if you'd like to do that. We'll bring the right hand onto the right thigh. Turn your torso to face towards your mat and then lift your left knee up. There we go. Perfect. We're going to come up into Warrior Two. So take the left heel to the floor. Turn the toe towards the front door. Keep the right knee bent. We'll come up. Nice. We'll bring the arms out into a T. Perfect. So the right knee stays bent going forward. Toes are still pointing forward as well. Gaze is going over your right middle finger. Belly's pulled in. Shoulders down the back. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just hold here for a moment. Yeah, perfect. So you're pushing down into the feet as you're reaching out with the hands. Then I'm going to add the jazz. Lift your toes off the floor. Woo. And then hug your feet towards each other. Woo. Release the toes down. Nice. Left hand down the back leg. Turn your right palm up and then take it back to face towards the back of the room. Keep the right knee bent. Yeah. Come back, Warrior Two. Right forearm on the right thigh. Your right hand's like you're holding a platter. Left arm's going to come alongside the ear. Palm face the floor. Beautiful. So this is a warrior variation. Come back up, Warrior Two. Exhale back, reverse warrior. Left hand down the back leg, right arm goes back. Come back, Warrior Two. And then warrior variation. Forearm on the thigh, left arm alongside the ear. Now if your left shoulder is giving you any jazz, you can always keep your left hand on the hip as well. We'll bring the left hand to the floor, right hand to the floor. Spin so you're on your left toes. Plant both hands, step the right foot back for plank. And then up and back into downward dog. Looks like an upside down V. Gaze is back at your toes. Knees are bent or soft released. You're high on the toes. You're pushing into the hands. And you're thinking about lifting up towards the ceiling with the hips, right? Now the feet can be together or they can be a little further apart, more towards the edges of your mat. Like there's no yoga police is gonna come by and say your feet need to be touching each other. So whatever feels best for your body, gripping the mat with the fingertips, we're gonna lift the left leg up into the air. Doesn't matter how high. Stay up on the right toes. And then bring the left foot back down. Right leg will go up. Right foot comes down. Both knees will come down nice and easy. And then we'll come up onto the knees. And the left foot will come forward this time. Back toes tucked under for that extra support. Hips down towards the floor. I do that because some people are like just stay in this. And you want to be able to control the core. And you want your pelvis to be neutral. So we'll take the left hand to the left hip. Right arm up alongside the ear. And then over to the left it goes. So you feel this pulling all the way up into the side body. Unless you're really open, then maybe you don't feel it as much. I feel it. And I am supposed to be bendy. We'll come back together. Right hand's gonna come down to the floor. Left arm's gonna reach up towards the ceiling. Remember, you can always place your hand on a block if you just need that little extra space. Left hand will come down to the ground. We'll lift up onto the right, or lift off the right knee, excuse me. Right heel will go to the floor, toe will turn out. We'll come for warrior two on the left side. Adjust the feet first. You can bring your warrior two in. It can be a more narrow stance, or you can bring it out really far. Palms are facing the floor, arms are out at a T. You're looking over your left middle finger. Nice. Perfect. Perfect. We'll take the right arm down the back leg. Left arm will go up and back. Reverse warrior. Come back. Warrior two. Left forearm on the thigh. Right arm alongside the ear. Palm faces the ground. Chest is open to the right. Left hand's holding a thing of water. Come back up, warrior two. I didn't say food. Oh my gosh, I didn't say food. Right hand's down the right leg. Left arm goes up and back. Reverse warrior. Warrior two. Keep the left knee bent the whole time. Left forearm on the thigh. Right arm reaches alongside the ear. Beautiful. We'll take the right hand down to the ground. Spin so you're on your right toes. Plant the hands. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Knees come down to the floor. Knees go out wide. Sit back, child's pose. Or if you'd rather do downward dog, you're welcome to do that. Hands are forward. If you can't reach the floor comfortably with the forehead, you can always stack one hand on top of the other. We'll just take a few breaths here. Rechecking in with ourselves, making sure that the poos.
No, we got you. We know. Say less.
Poses, making sure the poses that you're doing fit your body. That's a new one to add to the ever-growing stuff that we say in class. Beautiful. We'll come up onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, and then walk your hands back towards your feet. Take your feet out wider than you think you should. Bend your knees, grab opposite elbows, let your head go down towards the floor. Let the head release, give it a little shake out if you need to. Weight is even in the feet. So sometimes we like to go into the balls of the feet, or the toes, or not the toes, the heels or the toes. We want you to find a nice center position. Release the arms down towards the ground. Bring the hands to the hips. Look right in front of your mat, and then come all the way up to standing. Ooh, nice. Give the legs a little shaky shake. Perfect. I want you to go ahead and flip your right toes over. Kind of stretch the top part of that foot. Switch, go to the other side. Do I have any heel wearers in here? You guys wear heels at all? No? Everybody's different. Some people just may have 4 open feet. Luckies. Come back to center. And release the hands by the side. Give them a little shake out. Then release them. Go ahead and roll the shoulders onto the back. Feet are active, rooting down into the floor. Go ahead and close the eyes and just take a little scan through the body. Now that we're standing up. Feeling the weight distribution between your right and your left foot. Feeling where your shoulders, your hands, your neck. Go ahead and open the eyes. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach forward and down towards the floor. Knees are bent, head is releasing towards the ground. And then we will walk our hands out into a downward dog. So see if you can make your dog just a little bit shorter than you normally would. Coming onto the toes, knees are bent. Pushing into the hands, letting the shoulders come up into the ears, that's okay. Feeling a lift through the hips up towards the ceiling. Then I want you to lift your left leg up into the air. Bend the knee, flex the foot, and open the left hip out to the side. You kind of get this little swivel action. Nice. Take the left foot back down to the floor. Right foot will go up into the air. We'll bend the knee. Knee pointing up towards the ceiling, opening up the right hip out to the side. Take the right foot back down to the ground. And then both knees will come down to the floor as well. We'll come up onto the knees. We're going to bring this right foot out to the side. There we go. Perfect. So if you think of your mat like a clock, you've got noon, 3, 6, and 9. Yeah. So your foot's going to be somewhere around like 1 and 2, right? And you've got it pointing out also. We're going to keep the right hand on the right thigh, and we're just going to kind of bend into this right leg. So it's a little different than our normal lizard when we have our legs out like this. And then I want you to take your left arm, fingers pointing down towards the floor. We're going to reach it forward of the body towards the right, and then reach it up towards the ceiling. You're going to go all the way back and around. Nice. We'll reach it forward across the body, up. You'll turn the palm out, bring it back down alongside you. Arm will go across. We'll do a big old circle on the shoulder. Nice. One more. Beautiful. Bring it back to center. Bring the hands to the hips. We'll bend a little bit more into this right leg. And then we'll come off. Right knee will come down to the ground. Left foot will go to the edge of the mat. Toe points out a little bit. You can stay just like this, especially if you're already feeling a stretch in this right leg, or if you want, you can come a little bit forward into this left knee. Nice. Right hand's going to be by your side. We're going to reach across the body. Reach it up alongside the ear. When you reach alongside the ear, twist so the palm faces out and then back around. So you're twisting the arm bone as you're rotating through the shoulder. So we're getting a little BOGO action here. You guys know how much I love my BOGO? Okay. We'll go one more. Both hands onto the hips. If you feel fine here, stay here. If you want to go a little bit further, you can bend that left knee. Not necessary. Come back up. Left knee will come down to the floor. We're going to bring both palms to the mat. Now I want you to grab opposite biceps, kind of your measurement point. Bring your hands to the floor and then make a fist. All right? So we do forearm stand, not forearm stand. Dolphin a couple of different ways. So some people have the palms flat, some people interlace the hands, and then some people make just fists, right? So if you haven't tried it with just fists on the mat, give that a whirl. See how that feels. Now you're going to look down in between your elbows and then release the head. Tuck your toes and lift your knees off the mat. Resist the urge for your body to go towards your fingers. So you kind of feel this resistance in the arms and the legs. And then if that feels okay, go ahead and lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Ooh, stay up on the toes, knees are bent. Again, you're resisting the urge to bring your face towards your fingers, so it's back towards your elbows. Beautiful. feel comfortable and you want to lift a leg, you can. Otherwise, just stay here and feel the power of the shoulders and the legs. Woo! Bring the knees out wide. Sit back, child's pose. Woo. If child's pose doesn't feel good as far as a resting position, come into whichever one that does feel good. We'll come back up onto hands and knees. Those of you who did try the fists, did you like it? Did you not like it? Was it kind of, you're all right with it?
I like it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
You liked it? Okay.
I feel like it gives me more
Stability.
yes.
Stability.
And kind of more, like, you know, like I can keep my
Right.
head back.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Good. Good deal. All right. So plant the hands, tuck the toes, drop the head, lift the hips. Little downward dog action here. Take your toes, turn them to the right of your mat, and just drop your hips a little bit. We're just going to swivel out the feet, turning the toes to the left. Swivel the hips. My mat makes a farting noise. I'm not farting, I promise. Although if you do, it's not, no judgment. Shit happens. Literally. We come back. Go ahead and just come out into a plank and then lower the knees, lower the body all the way down to the ground. Whew. Nice. We'll just move up more on the So nice when we lay down, right? So So today we're gonna do a little bit of a movement. So go ahead and just look up here for a second. We've done a similar movement before, but we're gonna add some legs into it also. So we're gonna stretch through the front of the shoulders and the chest. So you guys don't have to worry about doing it right now. I'm just gonna show you. We'll have one hand out and then we'll roll to the side and this top leg will reach back and then we kind of just use our momentum to go from side to side. But the big thing here is you want to have your arm in line with the shoulder. You don't want it way down here or way up here, right? You want it in line. You can have it in a goalpost, but that's a little bit more intense than what we're doing since we're doing more movement. So go ahead and just keep your hands out at a T. You'll bring the right hand into the chest. So we'll start on the left side first. So left arm out. And then roll to your left side. And then bend your right knee and touch your right toes to the floor. Come back to center. Right arm's gonna go out to the side. We'll bend the left knee. Left hand comes in. Roll to the right. Tap the left toes. Nice. Come back to center. Over to the left. Switching hands. Switching legs. Back through center. Over to the right. Nice. Keep going. And see if maybe you can even come up a little bit, right? So instead of just laying flat on the floor, see if you can lift the head and the shoulders a little bit. There we go, nice. You might be rolling down your mat, that's all right. Try to figure out a way to roll up. And you can go as fast or as slow as you like. We're gonna do this a couple more breaths. Again, if it doesn't feel good, just lay on the belly and make a pillow with your hands. Now, you're gonna roll to the left, right foot's on the floor, bring your left hand onto the mat and the right hand on the mat. We're gonna push ourselves up off the ground. We're gonna face behind us. You guys are like, how did you come up, right? So if you roll to the left, right foot on the floor, left hand's gonna come in, right hand's gonna come in, and you're gonna push yourself up. Ooh. There we go. Yeah.
Really smooth. Really smooth.
Right foot is close into the body. Stay looking back there. Don't worry. We'll come back down. I'm trying to switch it up on you guys a little bit. Right knee into the chest. Left foot is flexed. Left hand's going to hold onto the knee. Right arm's going to go behind you for a little twist. Nice. How'd you guys like that for funky, huh? Now we'll come back to center. We're going to do just a little roll roll back down. Yeah, there we go. I gotta get back over here. All right, now we're gonna go to the other side. So right arm will go out, we'll roll to the right, and then you bring the right hand in, kind of use a little bit of momentum to push yourself up off. Nice. It's a very interesting way to do a push-up. So you gotta bring that, yes, woo! I love it. I love it. Right leg is extended, left knee is in. Right hand's on the left knee, left hand goes behind you.
Backwards.
That's all right. Go ahead and flex your right toes so those bad boys are still active. Woo. Come back to center. Take the leg just a little bit away from your right leg. So if you're really closed up together, take it away. And then we'll turn to the right, roll all the way back down to the belly. Ooh, extend the leg, make a pillow with your hands, turn your head to either side. That's great. Thanks, guys. I said we were going to move in all different directions. Go ahead and bend the knees, windshield wiper the legs to either side. Extend the feet back out. Bring your hands alongside your chest. Toes are flat on the floor. You're pushing down into your feet so the knees are kind of lifted off the floor. Tailbone tucked down towards your heels. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Look down your nose right at your mat. And then inhale, come up a little bit, hugging the elbows towards the back of the mat. Shoulders onto the back. And then come down. Inhale, come up. Kind of rolling up a little bit, feeling an opening in the upper back. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Doesn't matter how high you come up. This is low cobra. Exhale, come down. Beautiful. Tuck the toes. Lift up and back into child's pose. Or downward dog, whatever you'd like to do. Come up on your hands and knees. If you've removed your knee blanket, go ahead and bring that bad boy back into the party. Come into a tabletop with the toes tucked under. We're going to extend our left leg back behind us, but watch how high it lifts. Sometimes whenever it lifts really high, the belly will start to flop down towards the floor. So you want to pull the belly in and flex the left toes. And then I want you to look in between your hands at your elbow creases and see where they're turned. If they're turned facing each other, see if you can spin them towards the front of the mat. And then I want you to think about a baby bend. All right, we're going to do a little baby bend in the elbows. And then come back up. Keep the head lifted. Baby bend in the elbows. And lift. Baby bend. Lift. Bend. Lift. It doesn't have to be very big. Go for 3 more. Woo. If you want to go down further, you are welcome to go down further. Just know that it's going to be a lot harder to get back up. And then we're going to come up, hold there, bring the left knee in. Woo. Inhale, release the heart towards the floor, look forward and up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Come back to center. Back of the head is lifted up. Sometimes we start to creep down towards the floor. You want to keep the head lifted. Right toes are going to go behind us. Remember, you're using your glute to hold that bad boy in space. And then same thing, baby bends. And then come up. You can adjust the hands a little bit. Some people like to have their hands out really wide. Some people like them narrow. It's up to you and your body. Just noticing how the shoulders feel. If they don't like it, try not bending as much, or maybe adjusting the hands. You can turn the hands out a little bit more too. Go 3 more. Woo. Nice. 2 more. Woo. Last one. Beautiful. Right knee comes in. Move the feet to one side. Hips will go back. Feet will come forward. Yay. We've made it to the end.
We are?
Close. We're very close.
Ooh, oh my God. Happens when you're having fun.
Yeah, right? I mean, you guys want some more? I can give you some more. I can definitely give you. I am going to give you a little bit more. I will say that.
Let's do it.
Go ahead and grab your strap. Now, I do want to mention that if you have any kind of like lower back issues, or if you're really, really tight, some people will use the blanket. You'll actually sit on the edge of it, and that helps just to kind of lift you up a little bit and tilt you so that it's a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but feels a little bit better. So you can always try that also. We'll bring the left foot in on the inside of the right thigh. Take your strap around the ball of the foot. And hold on to the strap. Sit up nice and tall. Okay. And if you need to, some people like to have a block underneath this left knee. And it's like really high up. We're going to hold it nice and tight. So the arms are straight. You're going to hold both sides. You sit up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders onto the back. And lift the head back a little bit, right? Nice. Now I want you to take the strap. Push into the strap with your foot as you're pulling the strap with your hands. Then we're going to bend the elbows. You're going to take your torso towards your thigh. Keep the head lifted for as long as you can. And if you're like, my leg's not going to let me go any further, then just hold there. Otherwise, if you can continue to go a little lower, you're welcome to. Maybe you come up on the strap a little bit. Maybe you come up a little bit more. Ooh. And then when you're ready, let the head release. Up a little bit out of the pose, looking at your toes, and then exhale, fold back over. And then straighten out the arms, come back up. We'll undo the strap, set the strap to the side for right now. Take the right leg out at an angle, point your left foot. Left hand's going to come behind you on the outer left hip. And we're going to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. So you're going to come on this left shin and your right foot. So we lift up, right arm will go up and back alongside of your legs. Next exhale, we come up down. Right arm's going to reach towards your right leg. We're going to reach the left arm up and over towards it. Nice. If you've got your toe and you want to bring the hand in front of the leg and reach more with the left arm, you can. Keep twisting the torso open to the left as you reach with the left arm. And then we'll come on up. Keep the legs exactly as they are. Reach both arms up towards the ceiling. And then reach forward and down towards the floor for half butterfly pose. So this is more of a stretch in the extended leg. So if you need to bend that right knee, you can. Think about the fact that your hamstring's not just at the top by the butt, it's also by the knee, and your calf is also part of it too. So if you bend your knee and flex your foot, you're going to stretch more of your calf than, say, this bad boy. Come on up. Bring the right foot in to meet the left foot, coming into butterfly pose. And we're going to take our thumbs, we're going to massage that inner arch area of the foot. So we're going to massage this time, and then we're going to come back and fold over. Don't be afraid really pushing into the feet. I promise you, they can take it. As much as we put them through, I mean, come on. I was thinking about the other day, I was like, oh, poor feet. Sorry, I'm putting you in these shoes. I know they're supportive. Sorry, they look cute. Left foot's going to come forward. Right foot's going to come on the inside of the thigh. And grab that strap back into the party. We're going to take it around the ball of the foot. And again, choke up on it a little bit. If you felt like, being way back here was too much, you had to really walk down to really feel a stretch, choke up on it a little bit, right? Sit up nice and tall, holding onto the strap, head is back, basically so it's not rounding forward. And then whenever you're ready, you'll start to bend the elbows, bringing yourself closer towards your toes. Toes are flexed back towards your knee. Ooh. Ooh. And then maybe choke up a little bit more. Very nice. When you're ready, you can let the head release. Noticing a difference from one side and the other. One side's always going to be a little tighter, a little looser. Loose. And then release, come on up. Undo the strap. Set it to the side. Left leg's going to go out to the side. Point your right toe. Right hand's going to come to the outside of that right hip, and then we're going to lift up into what's called baby rock star. Left arm alongside the ear. Right hand is pushing into the floor. Hips are lifting. And then when you're ready, we'll come on down. Left leg will reach towards your left toes. Right arm will reach up and over. And again, same thing with that half butterfly. You can always bend the knee and just flex the foot if you feel like it's too much into the hamstrings. We'll come back up to center. Reach both arms forward and up. And then exhale forward and down. Beautiful. That's okay. That's why you come together. Coming up. Left foot's going to come underneath the right foot. We'll come into diamond pose first. So take the feet away from you. Perfect. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Hands on the knees. Push the feet together, but flare the toes apart. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Inhale, look up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, let yourself kind of just fall over the legs. Bringing the hands out in front of you if you'd like. Or just resting them on the legs and releasing the head. So this is more of the outer hip stretch versus butterfly, which is more into the groin in the inner area. Come back up. This time we'll bring the feet closer together. Grab the big toes with the peace sign fingers. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Inhale, look up. And exhale, lean forward and down. Back up. Ooh, extend the legs out. Give them a little shimmy shake. Beautiful. So since we didn't do it Tuesday, I have to ask, because I love people's opinions. Tuesday was National French Fry Day, and you guys know how much I love food and cheese fries, fries, period. So what is your favorite style of French fry?
Waffle fry.
Waffle fries!
No, love me some waffle fry. Oh my god, you can pile as much sauce on that thing.
They're good sauce over.
Love sauce.
Homemade, like a homemade cut French fry.
Yeah, too, that has the skin on.
Like a Five Guys kind of French fry.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my favorite.
That's your favorite? What about you?
Curly fries.
Yes!
Season.
Yes!
You know,
Oh yes. Like an
Arby's.
Arby's fry. Yes. That's the best. What about you
Arby's
two?
sauce
Sweet
on it.
potato.
Sweet potato fry? Oh my god!
Really good,
That's for the
yeah.
sweet potato.
Have you guys heard of poutine before?
Yes! Oh my god, I love poutine. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's basically, I don't know if you guys know what poutine is. Alright, well, get ready to have your minds blown. So it's French fries with cheese curds and brown gravy. It's a Canadian thing. And oh my gosh.
Wow.
It's so good.
Girl, I want to have it once.
Yeah. Right. That's not something you have like every week, but that's a good splurge though. It's a very good splurge. So yeah, poutine. I saw that one time on a show and I was like, what? I tried making it myself. Perfect. So good. So good. Definitely not healthy though. So like the rest of the day you better eat a salad. So have your strap nearby. And we'll go ahead and lay all the way down. Thank you guys for indulging in my wanting opinions.
Are we having French fries?
Right?
No, I'm really asking.
I don't know. The next time I should have like a fry buffet, right?
Yeah.
Like a fry charcuterie board. Could
Oh
you
my
imagine?
God.
Oh my God, all the different condiments and stuff. Like you have your fry sauce and your
You would
ketchup.
be the one, though.
I would be the one. I would be the one. I air fry all my stuff now, so like I take out the oil part of it. I'm like, I don't need you.
That's funny.
Okay, so we're gonna have the feet on the floor, knees pointed up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and bring your right knee into your chest. Take the strap around the ball of the foot and then extend the foot up towards the ceiling. Hold the strap in your right hand. And then keeping your shoulders and your hips on the floor, open the leg out to the right. There we go. Only go as far as what feels okay. So if it feels really tight, take it up a little bit. And I just want to like put this little, thought in your head. What is so wrong with being tight, right? Like, if it's painful, and it's painful to do certain movements, I get that part of it. So it's more of like a mobility situation versus a flexibility situation. Go ahead and bring the feet back up to center. We're going to switch hands with the strap. Extend your left leg out nice and long. Nice. And then when you're ready, we'll take the full twist. So the leg will come over to the left, right arm extends out to the side. This time, just keep the shoulders on the floor. But I like to think of people who are tight, you guys have safety nets, right? You have something that's going to stop you from going too far. I don't really have that. I have to put my own brakes on. There you go. Come back up to center. Option to walk your hands up your strap towards your toe. You can lift your head off the floor. Getting a little extra pull. Flex the bottom foot. There we go. And then we'll release the shoulders and the head back to the ground. Bend the knee under the strap and extend that leg long first. Let it just release onto the floor. Take a couple breaths here. It's going to feel a little longer than the other side. I know, right? At least 2 inches. We'll bring the left knee into the chest. Take the ball around the strap. Take the strap around the ball of the foot. I didn't get my lefts and rights mixed up today though, so that's important. They were bad yesterday. Holding the strap with the left hand, we'll open the leg out to the left. Nice. Keeping that right hip on the floor. You can take the right arm out to the side, or you can keep the right hand on the hip. Go ahead and lift the foot back up to center. Switch hands with the strap. Take the left arm out to the side. When you're ready, foot goes off to the right. There we go. And again, this time, this is just the shoulders, right? So you want to keep the shoulders on the floor. If they pop up a little bit, it's fine. Center. Option to walk the hands up the strap towards the toes. Take your upper body off the floor a little bit. And then when you're ready, we'll come back down, bend the knee under the strap, extend the leg out nice and long. If there's any other poses that you would like to do right now, you're welcome to. Otherwise, start to set up for our Shavasana, our final resting pose. You can do that, it's fine.
Yep.
What? Anybody would like a bolster underneath their knees, please let me know. I have plenty. They really help for if you've got any kind of lower back jazz. If you're already setting yourself up for your Shavasana, just take a couple extra breaths. And Shavasana can be done on the back, can be done on your side, can be done on your belly. Really whatever feels more comfortable for you. Invite you to take up some space on your mat, hands whatever position you'd like. Open up the legs a little bit, you know, just let yourself kind of swoop. If you need anything, please let me know. If you need a blanket or bolster, anything of that nature. Some people consider this part the hardest part of the class. Eyes can be opened or closed. Releasing the deepening of the breath and just letting it flow in and out naturally. Adjusting if you need to make this more comfortable for yourself. You can roll to the side. Sometimes that's more comfortable than laying on your back. resting on the lap. So we get nice and tall. Closing the eyes, you're just gazing softly down at the floor. Take a few breaths here. Just noticing any differences from the beginning and the end of your practice. And if there are none, that's okay. The breath is flowing in and out through the body. Know that no matter what, you have everything you could possibly need right here, right in this moment. On an inhale, we'll reach the arms up towards the ceiling, bringing the palms together and down in front of your heart. Bow your chin to your chest and give yourself a thank you for making this time for yourself and for your practice. The divine light in you, the divine light in me, honors, bows, and recognizes the divine light in you. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, ladies. Appreciate y'all joining me. Not doing anything Saturday morning. Audrey's teaching at 8. You can come see her.